Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn today, and today we are going to try and work on getting some of the higher level foods going, probably down in this corner somewhere, along with cleaning this up, working on our reservoir here, and just seeing what else we can put out. Right now, though, the first thing I want to do, we are full on these metal blocks, so I am going to pause those. We don't really need them. I'm going to put up, let's see, we will need you, and then you, and this, and this. I probably could have just put them down here, but I want to blow all that up, so that will be better this way. Let's get a path there, and we'll just continue to blow this up here. They should be making explosives at a fairly decent rate. In fact, they've got quite a few over here. I'm going to go ahead and blow all those up. There you go. And I'm going to set these to slightly higher because I would like them done before all the stuff over here. And eventually we'll take all of this out, flatten it out, and expand our farmland into this area here. Starting to get more and more beavers that are injured, which means it's probably a good time to get a hospital healer, I guess you could call it. But we don't have any dandelions, so it wouldn't really do us a lot of good. Oh, let's pause that. There we go. So I'm going to take areas out of this, and we're going to plant dandelions here and get at least one gatherer here for us. Let's see, we need... The dynamite is already placed, so I'm just going to say those are slightly more important. Those are slightly more important. And it only reaches to here, so I'm not going to worry too much about that for the moment. While our beavers are working on exploding everything, let's take a look down in this corner and see if we can figure out a setup for some better food. First things first, I'm going to start with a large windmill because that ought to power just about everything we need. So we're going to put that as close to the edge of this map as possible. And then we're going to grab a grist mill. Yep, let's grab that. We're going to put you there. And I'm going to put a second one here. One for the wheat, one for the cattail. And then I think I would like a battery here. We really only need one. How far can I put that? There we go. We'll put one there. And that's only going to store like 2,000. But I'm hoping that should be plenty. We'll go ahead and put the corner on right there to connect them in. Now we just need the bakeries. Here we go. One bakery. Let's put you... Well, I can't put you there. I could put you... Yeah, let's put you here just in case we ever want to get back to that spot over there. We'll put one here. And then we will eventually need a third one, for the maple pastries. But we don't need that at the present moment, so we'll come back for that one. Let's get our road in here. Here we go. And I'm just going to put a road back here because I don't know what else to put back there at the present moment. Let's get rid of this weird corner and we'll just toss in one more spot for the river and one more spot for the spatter duck so we can get some more of those. And they can work on building all of this. I believe they should have access to everything. Yeah, they definitely should. These 4 batteries have came in such use. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to install a 5th one here. And as they put all of these in, hopefully that should be enough to power any industry that we're going to have over here. Speaking of which, though, I do need to come in here and start upgrading these now that we have the large windmill open. I'm going to let them get this area built first, and then we'll come back. We also need to clean out a little bit of this. So we're going to go ahead, drop down dynamite, and I'm going to put dynamite here. We're going to put dynamite up here. I would like dynamite here and here. And we'll get, first of all, something like this, something like that. We'll connect them in here. and we will tell the woodcutter to clean out the trees. We'll tell our scavenger flag to get the metal. And hopefully, eventually we can fill in this place, but that's going to be a little while. They've got our dynamite in up here. It looks like I missed one, but that's not a huge deal. We'll go ahead and get rid of all of this. Get rid of all of that. Toss that one in on the one I missed. Move this. And then for the time being, we're going to remove this. Makes those quite a walk away for the beavers, but that's okay. They can still get to them at least. So we're going to do something like that and that so they get those in. I'm going to go ahead and say, well, let's unpause you first. And we are going to say, let's put in some dandelions. We shouldn't need a ton of them. We should just need enough of them. There we go. And we are going to put in a gathering flag to gather them up when we can. And, oh, they're already done with that one. Let's put that back on there. We'll tell them dandelion here. Those three are done. Let's get rid of those. There we go. And now we can put our path back in. We should have enough dandelions to power, or at least give a couple dandelions to our healer. Let's see, how much does that cost? Temple healer. There we go. Yep. Gonna grab that, and we're gonna put it... How about up here? There we go. And that should help with the beaver injured problem, at least until we get the bots. What I just realized I forgot to do was put a metal scavenger up here. So we're going to do a quick change of plans here. I'm going to say that. Let's get that out of there. And then we'll replace that with a scavenger flag. They can pick these up whenever they can. And then we'll replace those out with trees. With some of our advanced food buildings coming online here, we are going to need more wheat than what we got there. So I'm going to go ahead, drop a little bit right across the river here. And then once we get this all cut down, it will probably turn into the area for sunflower seeds, because those are one of the hardest to keep in. Since we've got some extra power up here at the moment, I think I'm going to toss in probably another gear workshop. In fact, we might even put a temporary structure in here and do a second one. I don't know if those will end up staying at the end of the day, but for the moment, we could definitely use the extra gears. I'm noticing that a lot of these outside carrots never seem to really get harvested at the moment. We have so many other types of food for them to eat that they don't really need to get over there and get these. So let's just change those over to, we're going to remove all those, change those to potatoes, because we're always running right on the edge of how many potatoes we have or need. And if we could get those up, we would be a little bit better off. I think the carrots are probably the last thing they eat. Well, not necessarily, but they, I think they'd rather at least have a potato at some point than they would a carrot. So we'll just change that out and see how the food situation pans out. Have you ever started a project and forgot that you had even done that? Well, that's what I did up here. I forgot I even put these dynamite in. But since they're there, we're going to go ahead and clear them out. I can get rid of all of that. We can put in a lumberjack to get rid of those trees over there. Let's see. We want to make sure that, yep, those are still marked cut. And these should be marked cut because I don't believe those are in our area. These, however, should not be, so we will make sure that those are not in the area to cut. No, they're not. Okay, these can go. They'll get those taken care of hopefully pretty quickly, and then we can reroute this water over to here so that it puts more water eventually down into here. We don't really need it to run off the map here. Our food production area did finally get in, and it's raised our happiness level all the way up to 15. So now if we can get the maple pastries in somewhere, then perhaps we can raise it even a little bit higher. It's able to take out a lot of this smaller stuff around here. However, we are going to need a couple of stairs to get to a couple of these places. So we're going to toss in one there, one here, and one up there. That should allow them to continue to demolish a lot of this stuff and hopefully get rid of a lot of this metal as we go along. We're all clear up here now, so we're going to take some dynamite, and we're going to come right across here. There we go. And once they dig across there, we're also going to put in, let's see, we'll put in a dam right here. That way a little bit of water can come down here, and we might work something out down here to hold even more water than what we have. In fact, let's take a look. Let's get some levees in there. We'll put one in there. And then I'm going to make this high priority. We're going to say all that goes at a high priority as well. There we go. We'll get a path over there just so we know they'll build it. There we go. And then we'll replace that with levees and one block to let water out. And that should fill this area with water as well, and we can use it for some of the other water activities that the beavers don't yet have. Got a lot of the main parts in here, so we're going to just detonate this out, and that should keep a lot of this even up here. And hopefully that gives us a little bit more room to build stuff. We're going to put something in like this. That way we have room there. I don't know what we'll put in up here yet, so we'll come back to that. I'm thinking once we get this full, we'll do a Lido and maybe even a mud bath if we can get there eventually. Well, we have our first beaver stranded. It happens. He decided to be the eager beaver and try and build something where he shouldn't have. So we're going to take that out. Unfortunately, that means we're probably not going to get this in there, but that happens. And unfortunately, I don't have mods on, so that means we couldn't just use the Unstuckify mod. There's also a new mod that's supposed to come out that's supposed to help us with the order that things are built. I'm hoping that one works really well. Kind of right in the edge of supply lines here on the paper. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try and toss in another paper mill. Let's see. Can I put it... If I put it there, that only runs off the one. Maybe I can put it here and we'll put in another power. Can I put in... Can I put one in there? It lets me put a power wheel right... I didn't know that. You learn something new all the time. And we are going to go this way. No, we're not going to go that way because I can't get... Oh, wait. Maybe I can. If I put one there and one here. And then we do a... What, a 2 here? Yep, that looks good. We will worm our way around until we can get up here. We'll also go this way. And that should give us a decent amount of extra power for this. Now, whether all of this stays in here, I don't know, but we'll figure that out eventually. I think I've decided that I'm going to make this area not only the advanced production area, but also probably the bots around here somewhere. So I'm going to have to clean this up. We might not get to that in this episode. However, I do want to put in some storage just so we can store some of their stuff here. Let's see, we'll put that. There's the storage for the 3 pieces that we're eventually going to need out of them. And then we will also need probably some tanks for them at some point, but we'll put those up once we get the actual stuff in here. Let's go ahead and fill these in just with stuff like that. We'll make this even across here. And once they get rid of this metal, actually, I can probably get rid of all of that because they'll have a line to it over here, but they actually have to use some of the metal first. I think we're going to go like this and this, and I will take out these stairs eventually, and I would like to put them here and lead straight down into the mine that way. In fact, we'll put that there just to remind me as well. Do something like this. Once all of this scrap is out of here, we should have plenty of room to build bots over here. Now that all the trees are out of here, I think it's time that I can finally take this one out and we will invest in our tapper shack, which we can put down right there. It covers basically the same area and should get us the stuff that we actually need to start some of the other things, such as the maple syrup and our pine sap. Down here, we can go ahead and toss in our bakery. We'll set that to maple pastries, but once it's started, we will need the maple sap for that, so I might pause it until it gets caught up on that. We are going to need some places again to store them, so let's toss in you, and we'll say you are for the pastries. Looks like I still need some for the seeds. So let's see if I can build up even higher. If I go that for the seeds, that will eventually be for the books. And what else do we have left? We have seeds, we have books. These three are taken care of on the other side. I guess we can put one in there for dandelions. I don't know that we'll ever need that many dandelions, but we might as well be ready for it. And then I think everything else is just a liquid. Speaking of which, though, I will need to get ready for the biofuel, which that might be fun. We might end up putting a little bit more potatoes around here if they can't keep up on the potatoes to make biofuel with. My original plan in removing these was to get a couple of extra places for cattails, but it looks like they can't quite reach. So we're going to change that. We're going to go with decoration, and we're going to unlock our beaver statue. And we're just going to hide one back there in the corner. We're going to go ahead and finish that. If it happens that we need 2 hidden beaver statues, that's perfectly fine as well. I just realized after putting down this storage, I did not put a way up there. So we are going to make a quick staircase here. We're going to do something like this. That's going to go there, which is going to lead into a 2. And that 2 is going to go here, which will lead into a 3, which then they can get up there from. There we go. So we would like that and that. And the path can go all the way around and down this way. And that should give them access to most of that. I could just leave this at this height. It should be fine. But I decided when we started this that it's all going to be flat. So that is what it's going to be. We're going to flatten this out and put sunflower seeds over here just so our beavers have some sunflower seeds to eat whenever they want. There is the last of the dynamite. There we go. And as you can see, the river being full gets everything green here, so we don't have too much to worry about. If we ever need more power on these batteries, I can simply dig out at least a couple more layers and give them a little bit of extra room. But for the moment, we don't really need it. So I'm going to toss in a farmhouse, let's say... How about here? Yeah, that looks good. We're just going to go to that, and we're going to say plant crops. We're going to plant sunflowers, but not under the batteries. Let's see. Those two are all right. And then all of these can be sunflowers as well. And hopefully that fills our beavers' need for sunflowers, along with enough to give us a little bit extra to get that catalyst whenever we get started on making bots, either next time or the time after. There we go. I'm going to get rid of that. And we'll toss one more down here. There we go. That should be just fine. But I think that's going to do it for this time. We've got all our foods in. Everything's going really well. We even got our maple pastries in. And they're bringing in stuff here. I think I need to make a little bit of storage for the maple syrup. But we'll worry about that next time as well. So just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all that YouTube stuff. It really helps out. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.